Those are the chilling red skies from Dawn of War. As you can see, I'm a big fan of the Warhammer 40k series. For people who don't know, Warhammer 40k is set in the 41st millennium, where factions are at war for control of the galaxy and entire planets are being exterminated. It's a very brutal future, and the bolt gun is the main firearm the Space Marines use. They shoot explosive ammo. Space Marines fight against orcs, demons, aliens, robots, you name it. In this game, it's mainly the demons you're fighting against, the forces of chaos. It plays a lot like a classic Quake or Doom game with a Warhammer Dawn of War theme, but that's great. I'll let you watch the opening gameplay for the D-Day invasion of Omaha Beach.
They're either destroyed or at the bottom of the channel. Either way, we're on our own.
This game helps you empathise what the soldiers went through in that battle. There's up close fighting, of course. The gameplay is very fast. It's like a run and gun first person shooter. It's fun. It's probably the only historical first person shooter game I like. The game also has tense sniping duels and you can use a tank. Doom 3 frightens me a lot, even though some people don't like this game because it's strayed too far from the classic Doom games. Zombies will sneak up on you in the dark, and I remember frantically trying to see where the zombies are because you can hear them, and demonic voices will taunt you and laugh at you and fling dead bodies at you. I found it terrifying. You go to hell itself in this game and you'll hear souls crying out for help. Besides zombies, there's demons, of course. The cherub babies terrified my stepbrother. There's giant demons that are large, that come rushing at you, and some demons can shoot fireball things at you. There's shootout with zombie soldiers. It's one of my favourite horror games. Alien vs Predator is a real gem for the Atari Jaguar. I think if it had been released for a more popular console, people would have talked about it more because it's definitely one of the best first-person shooter games of the 4th gen. In the game there's 3 campaigns: Marine, Xenomorph or Predator. They play very differently. The Xenomorph uses its jaws and tail as weapons, but it can also cocoon enemies to revive itself after it's been killed. The Predator can use camouflage, but if it fights honourably without it, it earns honour points and can get weapon upgrades. Playing as a Marine feels the more authentic way and makes you feel more vulnerable. In the game you'll even hear the speech from the Predator mimicking what the humans say, the over here thing from the movie. I can't do it very well. If you play as a Xenomorph or a Predator, you'll see the environments in the same way they would, such as how the Predator can see body heat. The Darkness 2 surprised me by how good it is. I picked it up for dirt cheap. It's very story driven. You play as an Italian mobster with supernatural demonic abilities. So the enemies in the game are other mobsters and demonic foes, and of course you can use your supernatural abilities on the other mobsters. So it mixes gunplay and your demonic abilities. Your character has a former girlfriend, which adds an emotional element and twist to the story. I don't want to spoil it for you, but the story isn't just about being a gangster fighting for control and demonic stuff. I played through this game a few times. I liked it that much. Half-Life 2 is easily one of the best first-person shooter games ever made. The reason I don't have it higher on my list is because I didn't play it until 2017. If I had played it earlier, I would have developed more nostalgia for it. Truthfully, I wasn't a big fan of the original Half-Life game because it was too much underground, but I like how Half-Life 2 takes you to a lot of outdoors environments, and you see the post-apocalyptic Earth after an alien invasion has overrun Earth. You see cities looking deserted. The AI for the enemies is fairly good, and the highlight of this game is the gravity gun, which is used for puzzles and used for taking out enemies. You have other more conventional weapons, of course, but you play as a scientist, Gordon Freeman, who's a very well-liked character, and the gravity gun makes the gameplay more interesting and fun. Truthfully, the main reason I bought an Xbox was to play Jade Empire and Star Wars KOTOR, but because there was so much talk of how great Halo is, I picked it up as well. Halo helped me get me back interested in first-person shooters again. The first planet looks beautiful with the ring around it. The game has beautiful, soothing music. I like the big open battlefields and the variety of vehicles you could use driving around in the Warthog Jeep, and you could have another soldier driving and use the turret or vice versa. I liked how it let you use aircraft without being on rails, and you could get into dogfights with enemy aircraft or shoot enemies on the ground. From memory, Halo 2 made you use aircraft on rails, and it was more linear, and I just didn't like it as much. Halo 3 for the Xbox 360 tried to give bigger environments again, but I found the first Halo game the most fun to play. The structures look beautiful and high-tech and ancient at the same time. Killzone 2 is another game that got me back into first-person shooters, because after I wasn't too thrilled about Halo 3, I was thinking about not playing Killzone 2, but people talked about how great it is, and especially its graphics. I actually like Killzone 2's atmosphere, going for more of a darker, grittier style of sci-fi. Its story is actually very intense. There's no real good or bad guys in the story. It's just factions fighting for control over planets, and you'll see war-torn environments. And I think the atmosphere and the story go well together. Real-life soldiers say Killzone 2 had the most realistic physics. The gameplay mechanics focus on realism rather than speed. And that's why I like it. It just feels natural, and it has good cover mechanics. Despite what some people say, I like its industrial style setting. It helps add to the bleak feeling in the game that there is no hope for humanity. After Crysis was released, the question was, could your PC run Crysis? It had the most realistic graphics before its time. Even now I can still enjoy playing it because the tropical environments are set near the Philippines and still look stunning, and the alien spaceship looks beautiful inside. And you can explore the tropical islands a bit. Even though there isn't many side quests, it's just nice to explore the scenery and go around shooting bad guys. In the story, the North Korean military have showed up at some islands near the Philippines to get their hands on alien technology. So of course, you as a US soldier are there to stop them, and you have your high-tech nano suit which allows you to use a cloaking ability. The suit allows you to run fast, jump high, and grab enemies and throw them. Metroid Prime took what people loved about Super Metroid and made it a first-person shooter game. The feeling of being isolated and in confined environments and encountering lots of hostile life forms. You'll need to explore the environments and find ways to navigate through them using your suit's ability, such as the Morph Ball ability and other abilities you have. Being 3D now, the battles against enemies feels more intense because you can move side to side and forwards, and it just makes things more exciting while still retaining the same atmospheric feel. I'm a fan of Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick, so I was always bound to like this game. Shows how Riddick escapes from Butcher Bay prison, which is supposed to be escape-proof, and how brutal it is. As you can see, it's very violent. There's a lot of first-person melee as well as first-person shooter. There's stealth. You can hide in the dark, and he's got the vision so he can see well in the dark. There's side quests and RPG elements. There's NPC interactions and side stories. The game is awesome to play. It feels satisfying, whether it's the stealth, the melee combat, even the shooting is fun. It just feels intense. BioShock has one of the most incredible atmospheres, not just for first-person shooters, but for video games in general. It's set in Rapture, which is an underwater city that's hiding from the rest of the world, and a place where free markets and science can operate without government interference. Your character discovers Rapture by accident and sees things have gone wrong there, and the place is full of genetically altered mutants that try to attack you on sight. Some of them have powers from the genetic alteration. You feel very vulnerable when you are in Rapture, seeing the ocean through the glass windows. When walls get damaged, seawater leaks through, and the gunplay feels very satisfying. Wolfenstein New World Order has my favourite story for a first-person shooter game. Basically, the Nazis have overrun the USA, and you're playing as a character who is part of a resistance group hiding underground. There's a lot of infiltration style missions. The story even has a bit of romance, and the story is inspiring, I guess. It's chilling hearing the Nazi characters in the game talk about things such as ethnic cleansing in a very casual way. Some of the story moments are intense because your character will go undercover pretending to be a Nazi in some of the infiltration missions. The Gunplay is great, of course. There's stealth. You can use turrets on planes and in other places. I'll cheat a bit and count Cyberpunk 2077 as a first-person shooter because it is played in first person. It's an open-world RPG set in a neo-cyberpunk world. There's so much to do. The city is full of atmosphere and alive, and there's many quests to do. You can create romance, make story choices, and you can play the game as a first-person shooter. You can spend a lot of time just exploring and world building. And here we have my number one favorite first-person shooter game of all time. It's open world and takes place on 3 tropical islands after you, your girlfriend and friend are trafficked in Southeast Asia. There's factions fighting for control of the island, and the game, it's crazy and I love it. The game has sex, it has drugs, the characters in the game, they aren't meant to be liked. They are just normal people and selfish. You and your friends were just young, carefree travelers. Even though you have a girlfriend, you can betray her and your friends and hook up with one of the female villains and have sex with her. The story has plot twists. There's a lot to explore on the island. There's many side quests, many things to discover. There's even a bit of platforming with many of the tower posts you can explore. Lots of wild animals around the island. So that wraps up my 15 favourite first-person shooter games. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.